fighting there in Japan, Chris. He's 4-0 in Japan, and he actually has developed quite a nice fan base. People love and respect him out there, and absolutely earned his opportunity fighting last on the Inoue Neri undercard. Even was ready to step in if Neri didn't make weight. I mean, there was a lot going on there. They've kind of been behind the scenes building this fight up for a little bit of time, especially with his recent fights there in Japan.
Yeah, I read an article that was saying that he gets flagged down in the streets of Japan. He's quite the fan favorite. Is TJ Doheny in Japan?
But Naoya Inoue is something special. It's his 23rd consecutive world title fight. 24 knockouts in his 27 victories.
You got to think that the looping left hand is going to be a big weapon that TJ Doheny is going to try to unfurl here. It was a southpaw left hand by Luis Neri that dropped Naoya Inoue in his last fight. You see Inoue having that right hand pinned to his chin here.
Especially in round one, right?
Right.
Obviously referring to that first round knockdown that he suffered at the hands of Luis Neri in his last fight.
Yeah, it just seems that all these fights at bantamweight, Naoya Inoue is going to be undersized. You know, he's in his 4th weight class now. These 22-pounders are big.
And that's not to say that he looked small. I mean, he looked in great shape on the scale, did Naoya Inoue, as did Doheny, but some of that muscle definition is hidden under some of that weight gain, and also that really high guard, the high belt there for Doheny as well. Round one in the books from Japan. Naoya Inoue's father, Shingo Inoue, his trainer in the corner.
Very tentative opening round.
Yeah.
TJ Doheny not doing much at all. Naoya Inoue picked up the pace a little bit toward the end. Some good right hands down to the body. I believe that both men are going to be a lot more active here in round 2. And here we see TJ Doheny already coming out.
Already just flicking that right hand jab out. Doheny saying that Japan is a place that's been very close to his heart, and quote, "I seem to perform out of my skin here," is what he said about fighting in Japan. Used to fighting on the road, he's fought it all over the world. Actually feels very comfortable there. We'll see how comfortable he feels as the fight goes on against Naoya Inoue, who shoots a right hand down to the body.
And don't get confused, Doheny's a puncher. He's got 20 KOs in his 26 wins. He's been at the world-class level.
And he said it himself. He said, "I'm a lot bigger, I'm stronger." He's like, "I'm a little more athletic than some of his past couple opponents, and quote, I've got a punch that can knock out a horse."
There you go. Oh.
And right now, he just got hit with a punch that nearly sent his head through the ropes here in round 2 at the hands of Inoue.
Smart tactic by Inoue, targeting that body with the straight right hand. One, it's a good weapon against an older fighter, but also it's going to protect him from that rear-handed looping shot, which I know he's aware of based on what I had said earlier.
You can hear the voice of Hector Bermudez in the corner of Doheny.
Having a lot of trouble with their feet. Both men seem to be slipping and tripping on each other. That deep foot.
Trying to establish that outside dominance when you have an orthodox and a southpaw fighter. You can hear Bermudez telling his charge, get under him, as he looks to land that left hand.
He did. Inoue pulling straight back.
Double jab left hand from Doheny.
I like that tactic, you know, get under him. And what Coach Bermudez means is he wants him to use that athleticism, change levels, get up and down, get that head swinging side to side like he did earlier in the round. You know, Doheny had said that I'm more athletic than a lot of his past opponents. He's showing that with that kind of awkward upper body movement. I think that's a good move against such a fundamental fighter such as Inoue.
And Inoue just taking his time pawing with that jab and then landing the right hand to the body. There throws a combination culminated with the left hand to the body.
Good body shot.
Listen for the bell.
And right hand.
Little exchange between the fighters there at the end of the round. TJ Doheny caught Inoue with a little check hook, and as he walked away, Doheny said, "You felt that."
Does that do much from a fighter's perspective when the other fighter's kind of jawing at you? Do you feel like, you know, that's a tactic where you either get in your opponent's head or you feel them, you know, taunting you a bit?
It depends. I think it's a good idea for a guy like Inoue, like Doheny, to show that he doesn't have respect for Inoue. He's not overly respecting him. But for a guy like Inoue, I don't think it's going to affect him. You saw the way he walked away. He's got ice in his veins. I don't think that's going to affect him that much. I do like this technique, that right hand to the body that Inoue has been throwing. TJ's not giving him a whole lot. Inoue's taking what's in front of him, which is that right hand down low, that left hook that we saw to the body. There is a small abrasion on the bridge of the nose of Doheny.
You can see that here as we enter round 3 of the scheduled 12-rounder. Christina Poncher and Chris Algieri here with you, the Ariake Arena in Tokyo, Japan. All 4 super bantamweight belts on the line. Side-to-side movement here from both fighters to start round 3. Both of them just flicking out their jab hands, meeting them in the front.
TJ's smart. He's being awkward. That's what you want to do with a guy like Inoue. If you just try to match him skill for skill, fundamentals for fundamentals, you're going to lose.
And Inoue just playing some games with that front foot, stepping over and back before throwing that combination and moving action back to the center of the ring as Doheny goes to the body with the left hand. A fast combination there, mostly blocked by Inoue, but a bit of the hand speed on display there.
Nice work.
And he looks to want to, you know, punch at the same time as Inoue as well, as his corner tells him just keep punching, keep working.
Yes, they say don't hit him that hard, just keep touching him.
Yep.
Smart, very, very smart. Very, very good tactics from Coach Hector Bermudez in the corner there of TJ Doheny. I like what I'm seeing so far from these guys. Making Inoue think.
As he looks to quickly counter with that lead left hand does Inoue as he pulled back and then was just shy with that jab.
And that lead foot position is giving Inoue trouble.
Down to the body for doing good shots there. Little off balance throwing that rear hand.
That's Doheny's punch. He's got a very vicious overhand left hand that he throws with serious power.
Good start down to the body with that left hand. And again, good combinations going up top as well.
Doheny looking real sharp here in round 3.
What do you think Inoue is doing here, Chris?
He's analyzing. Again, I mentioned how, you know, Doheny is being awkward. He's using some strange movement and not being fundamental. And I think Inoue is just analyzing the data, trying to figure out the tells, see where he's going to be so he can anticipate the shots.
And land a right hand like that, and another one That was a good doheny round.
Very good round. Very good round. Very sharp, very smart. Here we see that battle of that lead foot. Little gamesmanship there from Inoue, but that foot has been giving him issues. The rest of the round, that was a point of contention.
Doheny so far that I think has been keeping
There for Doheny, but the pace is slow. And that's, I think, what he means, because Inoue wants the pace to be rep. A
nice left hand landed right there by Doheny.
Good defense, son. Walk away. Good defense, son. Good defense. Well, you look at everything. You see everything. You see everything.
And because the crowd is so quiet there in Japan, you could hear clearly the instructions from the corner of Doheny, liking what they're seeing so far as he lands another left hand.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Game, what's going on? Very high IQ.
Inoue starting to get a bit more active with his hands here. He's now shooting that jab a little bit more frequently.
Almost, son. I ain't gonna get it. That's on purpose. You got the ace deuce. Almost, son.
A lot of jawing from Doheny.
He's got to be careful leaning down on once he throws that looping shot too. As Inoue looks to go to the body with the right hand.
These body shots, when are they going to start playing a toll? You know, Doheny is getting touched here. How long can he keep this up at 37 years old? Take a body shots when he wants to. And also, these kinds of fights, Christina, where you have to constantly be thinking, are exhausting. Exhausting, emotionally tiring, psychologically tiring, physically tiring. And you're seeing Doheny is getting caught on those ropes more and more.
And back into those corners more as Inoue looks to land that right hand. Nice combination to get Inoue backed up from Doheny, who's fought a pretty good fight so far. Doheny composed, confident in there.
Yeah, they have a game plan, absolutely. Actually gave Doheny the third round. I thought that was a very good round. The last round gave to Inoue. Just missing counter left hooks. Good body work. Off the jab. That was a Canelo Alvarez move. Cut off to the side, throw the looping right hand. Canelo does that whenever he has a southpaw opponent with their back against the ropes. Inoue using the same tactic.
we get into round 5, I'll be interested to see if what information that Inoue was able to quote-unquote download, if you will, or gather from that, as he usually starts to pick it up and land those combinations a little bit more at will. But Doheny's doing a good job just keeping himself busy, keeping his jab hand out. He's got Inoue into the corner.
Inoue is inviting Doheny now. See if he's put himself on the ropes.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he's starting to see something where he wants to bait him in there.
Which I'm surprised. I mean, I think he just kind of kept doing what he was doing. I believed he was starting to break Doheny down in that last round. He was landing jabs, good body work, more time was spent on the ropes.
So he goes back to the body. Inoue works that angle where he moves to the left, but hits the shot with the right hand. And then he comes answering back now. Nice body work, twice with the right hand and finishes with the left.
Yeah, that was a tricky shot. He threw a nice uppercut on the inside until he had his head down. You couldn't see it. This is that position where Inoue is so dominant. You've got this man against the ropes.
Backing him into the corner now. Under a minute left in round 5. Body shot with the right hand for Doheny.
Doheny staying calm, but the pressure is on him.
Nice right hand there from Doheny to get him off the ropes.
Nice counter there from Inoue.
Strong jab.
Yeah, I can
right
see.
hand, left hand down to the body for Inoue.
Doheny's starting to take it up and down here. He's fighting back, but he's being pushed at a pace that's faster than he wants to be. This is what he was talking about when he said, he's like, he's more active. I don't want him to be that active. As the activity level goes up, Inoue's starting to pick his spots.
Which is kind of what I was starting to see earlier in the round when I was like, I think he's taking what he's gathered from the first few rounds and yet adapted here in round 5.
This is that uppercut body shot. Boom, boom. 2 nice tricky shots and then a left hook on the other side. Good work from Naoya Inoue to the body throughout. Been very consistent. You know, a good idea when you got a man with the size of Doheny in front of you and a guy who's putting himself on the ropes and not giving you a lot of openings. Take what's in front of you.
Oh, how I wish we could hear Shingo Inoue in that corner and what he was saying.
He's a fantastic coach. I think very underrated since he has both his sons are world champions.
I mean, he could be up there for trainer of the year. I think he won it back in like 2014 and then not since. And since Inoue was 2023 fighter of the year, it's not far-fetched that he should be in the conversation for trainer of the year.
Inoue is definitely much more aware of his defense in this fight than he was in the Naoya fight. He learned from that fight. Good hand position, not pulling straight back with the chin up in the air.
Work the body and then finish that combination up top to the head.
Constant smothering pressure from Naoya Inoue. Always stepping forward, always popping you with shots. Always making you feel like you're in danger.
Oh, and finishing that combination down to the body with the left hand. Oh, another shot with the right hand there. Doheny answers back with the left of his own.
Doheny's doing a good job of switching up the looping shots, the straight shots, very difficult to gauge which punch he's going to be throwing at you.
And the body work for Inoue here in round 6.
Yeah, very, very good. And he's got that movement now. He's got that in and out. Very difficult to deal with when he starts getting on those toes, in and out, popping, shooting, making you miss.
Oh, and there's a straight right hand that landed to the body.
Yeah, you're seeing the technique of doheny start to break down a little bit here. That right hand, the thing is pinned straight. There's no fat on that punch whatsoever. Yeah, anyways, putting on a ton of pressure here, walking doheny down.
Body shot for doheny there. Yes, he's opening up a bit, and he's getting shots in, but they're more far and few between than those of Inoue. And he lands a looping overhand right.
That was a clever punch. Rolled out from underneath a clinch and then threw a shot over his own head.
And he's putting them together in combination now. Doheny's answering back with a shot here and there in between.
Yeah, but
it's the combination of punches from Naoya Inoue, who's now working up top after investing early in the round in the body to the body.
Some good slippery defense from Doheny on those ropes, though. You're starting to see the face of Doheny get marked up. I think there's some damage over the eye.
Oh, down to the body. That one, you can tell had him hunched over there as that bell has him walking gingerly now back to his corner.
That was a lot of damage that Doheny just absorbed at the end of that round.
That bell came and he just kind of bent over there as he got back to his stool. But the amount of body shots landed from Naoya Inoue in that round, we don't have the CompuBox numbers for this fight for us, but that was a devastating amount of work.
I mean, he's been consistent all night long, but I think he was even more consistent this round with the headshots. Beautiful straight right hand right there. You see him beating Doheny to the punch, and then you talk about that body shot. Christina, there's a nice straight right hand that doubled Doheny over. Good overhand right hook punch there from Doheny, but not the same snap he had earlier. Ooh, that left hand to the body definitely had an effect.
TJ, how about you want it, TJ? Let's go, TJ!
This corner, the parting words as we start the second half of this fight. How bad do you want it, TJ? And he's absolutely been game. And it looks like, oh no. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Looks like an injury is going to cause an end to this fight. And an expletive from Doheny as he seems to be in a tremendous amount of pain right now.
Look at the bruise on his rib.
As he's limping towards Naoya Inoue.
Interesting Achilles, perhaps? I'm not sure.
I mean, he pointed kind of to his hip, to his back. The fight's over. And what an unfortunate way for this fight to end.
Yeah, waiting for a little clarity on what exactly happened. It's back.
We tried to kind of imitate what happened, and let's see if we can see right here.
He gets hit with right here, and then he takes like a weird ginger step, and he goes back. And he's freezing up there. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a time of 16 seconds in round